Okay, hello everyone. I think we're going to get started. Cybelle, we have a nice spot for you right here. Our speakers. But you can be wherever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Is your family here? What is your family? So let's get started. If you need some seats, there's extra seats over here in the back. And also we can fill in up front. Okay, so let's start so we don't run out of time here. I'm Christina Lyons, Professor and Chair of the Graduate Exhibition and Design Program. And we are so thrilled to have you here. And I'd like to just welcome you all. Thank you. Honestly, it's such a treat. Like, I know everyone's getting a drink and coming in, and just like to see this room filled up like the old days is so amazing. And I know you're all feeling it too. So in the next few minutes, you're going to hear from some of our students, FIT administration, Cybelle Jones from SEGD, and Dasha Lowe from EDPA. And we have a very, very, very special 2022 keynote speaker, Joy Bailey-Bryant. Yay! Welcome, welcome. That's your mom. Yes. All right. So this day has been filled with just such outstanding student presentations and so many inspiring moments between students, faculty, and judges. So we first must thank our capstone judges of the day, who have come to us from all over to spend the day meeting with our students. So I can't say enough about what this means to the students and the program to have each of you so selflessly give your whole day today, and also your time and your expertise and your advice. And it all was just in this like selfless spirit of caring for the next generation of exhibition and experience designers. So really, the overarching takeaway, I know it was a lot of hard work, but it showed such enthusiasm and passion for our industry. So it was so lovely. Your words and advice will carry these students into their careers, and they truly remember what you say for the rest of their careers. And I just think it's so remarkable to think like the extraordinary designs that the students at these two tables are going to be realizing in the next few years could be attributed to a comment or a piece of advice that you gave to them today. So it really, I can't say enough about the impact that you have on these students. It drives them into the industry in such a powerful way. So can we give a big round of applause to all our judges of the day? So our faculty team, they're scattered around. They have, and our thesis advisors too, they have truly formed these students into what you see today. They are phenomenal. They are pros and so dedicated, and so they're able to reveal and cultivate these innate talents in these special students into such a profound way. So could they, all the faculty and the thesis advisors, stand so that we can recognize you? Pedro, come on, start it. Stand up, let's go. Stand up so we can give you a big round of applause. Sarah's over there. Yes, thank you. And now to our students, our new graduates, the class of 2022. Congratulations to you all. It has been such a joy to watch you progress through the program. You challenged yourselves daily and you made the studio vibrant with the spirit of innovation and of course your forward thinking. You made it a true joy for me, so thank you for that. So on behalf of all of us in the department, we know that each of you will stay true to that innovative spirit and what you showed today throughout your very successful careers. So you are ready to join the profession and make your own unique mark, and we are so proud, and congratulations to you all. And I know you're exhausted right now, but you guys have to stand so we can give you a big round of applause. Come on. Okay, so we're here, we're back, we are in person, and it is such a wonderful celebration of our students, our faculty, our judges, and families are here. So it's really beautiful, and we are grateful that our sponsors have made this happen for us to put this event on again together. So thank you for the very generous support from Hill & Partners. Michael Vallone and John Hughes are here. Can you give us a wave? Thank you both so much for your support. Rob Cohen of Display, Supply, and Lighting, not only financial donation, I have some more about Rob, but Rob is the chairperson of our department advisory board and just works with us tirelessly weekly, trying to think about how to advance our program into the future. So thank you so much to Rob. Thank you. Declan Moneypenny, thank you so much, Steve Deckel, there you are, and Reed is right there. Thank you both. Thank you from Cubic, also Access, TCA, Amy, Sondrip, and Stephen Ross. Where are they? They're over here. Thank you, Amy and Stephen. We've also had support from Brewmark and Star, and also C. Smith. Boy, where are you? Well, there he is, right there, who came in and produced these gorgeous light boxes that you see around the room. So thank you so much for C. Smith. So we're grateful for this outstanding network of support. And I also must deliver a thank you to the School of Graduate Studies staff, our special project associate, Melissa. Where's Melissa? She's probably working hard somewhere. There she is. Thank you, Melissa. Milta Alsop, Anton Baptiste over in the tech, James Hill and Christian, you all are phenomenal. Thank you so much. So many talented divisions here at FIT made this event happen for us all. So thank you very much. So we have this very long-standing tradition, as many of you know, and it's called the Star Awards. And the awards serve to acknowledge truly extraordinary people who have been crucial supporters of our students and faculty and who are guiding us into the future. It's our little way of letting you know how completely grateful we are and how important you are to the program. But this year I thought it would be very nice and a better way to relay the impacts that each of these people have on our students is to hear directly from the students. So our first student, you're not tired of presenting yet, right? We can do that, okay. Sarah Felter, and Sarah has a very special relationship with our first Star Award winner, and so it was perfect for you to award the Star Award, and then directly after we'll have Marlika Williams, who will deliver our second Star Award of the evening. So come on up, Sarah.
I was really focused on not tripping up the stairs again. Hi, my name is Sarah Felter. I am thrilled that the department is recognizing Katina Regal. She's the creative director of Classic Exhibits, and she will be receiving a 2022 Star Award tonight. She has been a mentor through the EDPA mentorship program for many years, and she has been my mentor for the last year and a half. And I'm thrilled, actually, that I will be joining her at Classic in a few weeks, actually. She has been really crucial in helping me get through the program. As she's an alumni, she's been through this before, so it's been very nice to have someone who understands. She also founded the Women in Exhibition Design. She's on the board of EDPA. She's very committed to fostering the next generation, and I'm just very thrilled that we get to give her an award because she really deserves it. Yes.
I just want to say really quickly, I'm so honored to receive this award. When I attended FIT many moons ago. I hoped that it would be a turning point in my career and give me the connections and the opportunities that it actually has, and I'm so grateful to EDPA and the people who came to all my critiques and design reviews, and because of them, you know, now I'm in that industry, I'm really involved, I'm having a very successful career, and I appreciate Christina, Brenda. Brenda has been a mentor to me, and I'm very honored. FIT changed my life, and I really appreciate this award. Thank you, guys.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hello to many of you that I have met and those that I have not. My name is Liko Williams, and I'm pleased to announce that our second star award of 2022 goes to Gary Breen. He's the senior exhibit designer at the Smithsonian National Museum of the American Indian. Gary is a longtime capstone judge and a spectacular support to our program. He has worked with the department on multiple complex semester-long projects, and he and his team will be working with the new EED students this spring on a semester-long project for an exhibition called Native Lands. He has hosted our students as interns for many years, allowing them the great opportunity to access the slew and range of projects he has to offer. And each year he gives students a specialized tour of the National Museum of the American Indian, sharing the process and a behind-the-scenes look at it all. Our class in particular was able to have this experience, and he really impacted one of my design processes for our semester-long project for MOMI. So it was a very beneficial experience. So I can't wait for the incoming class to have a similar engagement with him for their project.
I just want to say it's great to see everyone here. I've been doing this for a long time, and just showing up is very important, and everyone being together is very important, so keep on coming back.
Thank you, Lika and Sarah. That was great. And thank you, Katina and Jerry. What a treat to give you this long, long overdue award. So thank you for all your hard work with the students. So over the past few years, as many of you did, our program observed the massive changes in our industry. And we learned so much, not about resilience and our flexibility, but we also discovered new technologies and a lot of new niches in our industry and a lot of new opportunities for our students. We at FIT, along with the help of many of you, are developing some significant curricular enhancements, new partnerships, and new opportunities for our students. But this big picture reflection and growth, we've been able to do it because we've been working alongside of our dean, Dr. Brooke Carlson, the dean of the School of Graduate Studies. So thank you so much for your support, and we would love for you to come to the podium and say a few words. Thank you.
Can you see me over the podium? Haha. I even have heels on. Okay. Thank you very much, Christina, for those lovely words. And I know that you've taken the time here to thank the many individuals who have contributed to this capstone event. But I want to make sure I thank you, Christina, and do so on behalf of all of us, for your extraordinary leadership and tenacity in leading the program and for providing this amazing showcase for our students to share their work and receive feedback from industry experts and the FIT community. So can we clap for Christina? Great. So there may be some duplication in our remarks tonight because I want the opportunity to say my thank yous too. So I want to acknowledge and congratulate the rest of the faculty, Brenda and the adjuncts, and as I was writing that down, I said that sounds like a band from the 80s or something, but who continue to work tirelessly to ensure our students receive an enriching and rewarding educational experience. Also to express my deep gratitude to our staff, Humilta and Anton, to our alumni and consultant, Melissa, and to our IT and media and event partners to make this a successful capstone experience for our students. It means a lot to me, and I really wanted the opportunity to also thank you personally. I am beyond delighted that so many guests have attended this afternoon and are here this evening for the judging. And that we can actually be here together in person is also really amazing. And now we can collectively congratulate our amazing students in person. What an impressive group they are. You know, and they come to study with us from an enriching array of countries, backgrounds, majors, and work experiences. I just want to call out that there were actually 2 Dean's Fellows who were also part of this group and who actually worked on a project with the DTech Lab, which is our innovation center here at FIT, and that is Joseph Delaney and Jose Victor Campos Gomez. So thank you for being the Dean's Fellows. So for all of you, I mean, you've really created extraordinary exhibits and designed experiences throughout your 3 semesters with us, including notable sponsored projects and competitions. And I'd like to just call those out for a minute. A sponsored project with the Museum of Moving Image, in which students were given the opportunity to rebrand the institution, as well as propose wayfinding and placemaking solutions. Another project is one with the National Justice Museum in the UK. Students designed an exhibition called Juvenile Injustice, which featured the work of California photographer and activist Richard Ross on childhood incarceration. Our students also created branded experiences for GE Appliances House of Brands, located in their co-create space in Stamford, Connecticut. This was sponsored by the exhibit and experience design company, Deckler and Moneypenny from Louisville, Kentucky. So I want to thank those members who are actually here today for what you've done as well. Thank you. Okay. So what you've seen today in their work is really just a sampling of the wide array of projects that the exhibition and experience design students have created during the program. Our students have earned what I like to call, I don't know if you can put this on your resumes or not, design superpowers, which include cultural and branding sensitivities, expansive creativity, and distinct abilities to design innovative experiences that engage and tell a compelling story. Be it a museum exhibit, a fragrance brand pop-up, a fashion brand's flagship, an industry trade show, or the set design for a movie. Whether for a community experience of 1 to 1 million, we are so proud of you. We're going to keep clapping for you tonight, students. And you know, it's only with the participation of all of you, our faculty, staff, and industry partners, that we are able to fulfill our mission to our students and accomplish so much. So I thank you all tremendously for your commitment, support, and continued dedication to the college and the graduate school and the EED program. With that said, I would like to introduce you to one of our greatest supporters at FIT of the graduate school and this program, and also to me personally, whose guidance and collaboration are unwavering and highly valued. FIT's Vice President for Academic Affairs and my boss, Dr. Yasemin Jones. Dr. Jones, would you like to share some remarks? Great, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean Carlson. I'm honored to join you tonight in the acknowledgement of our outstanding exhibition and experience design graduate students, as well as our exceptional faculty and industry partners. Dear students, this is an incredibly exciting evening, one in which we celebrate the culmination of your academic accomplishments in the graduate program. Your excellence as visual storytellers for audience-driven experiences is on display. And the problems you've solved speak to your dedication to creating humane, positive experiences and environments. To our department chair, Professor Christina Lyons, and to the exhibition experience design faculty, I want to acknowledge your inspiring dedication and direction, your mentorship and guidance. The creativity and thoughtfulness in each capstone project reflects your care and expertness and your expert subject matter knowledge. Also, to our wonderful industry partners, thank you for hosting our students at your firms and institutions. Thank you for developing special workshops for them. Thank you for having our students participate in semester-long projects. Thank you for coming to our studio to discuss your process. And thank you for providing internships at your firms. Your support truly drives this program, and the students are where they are today because of your partnership. And now, I'm thrilled to introduce the president of our college, Dr. Joyce Brown, whose support of the School of Graduate Studies and the experience in exhibition design is unwavering as well, as Brooke mentioned. She will extend greetings and acknowledgments. Thank you again.
Good evening. I'm so sorry that I could not be with you in person, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to join you virtually in celebrating the achievements of our talented graduating students in the Master's Program for Exhibition and Experience Design. This event is very special. It is the culmination of years of innovative thinking, focused design development, and the expression of that journey in a final exhibition experience that you will all be part of tonight. The topics that the class of 2022 chose for their theses were, as always, inspired, and the results, as you will see, have not only taken the audience experience into consideration, but focus on real-world solutions to current challenges that will positively impact society. So, for just a few examples of these incredible projects, we will hear about a sustainably designed digital experience that incorporates metaverse technologies, an immersive experience design that raises awareness and builds empathy for people who are suffering from early cognitive impairment that can lead to dementia, an exploration into the power of sound to impact human consciousness on neurological and psychological levels, analyzing the power of shared experience in the remote settings for brands and museums as audiences and patrons increasingly rely on remote and virtual means to experience the world. Using cognitive load theory to teach audiences about environmental conservation, an experiential design that incorporates and prioritizes consumer choice via hyper-personalization that will cultivate long-term brand loyalty. So these topics and others that are equally fascinating were developed with the guidance of an exceptional faculty led by Christina Lyons, to whom I offer thanks and congratulations. This class also had committed industry mentors, many of whom are in the audience tonight, affirming the unique and critical link that FIT has with the industries that we are educating and training our students to enter upon graduation. The commitment and dedication from our industry partners is a critical factor in the growth and sustainability of programs like exhibition and experience design. And in particular tonight, I want to thank two organizations who are key supporters of the program. The Society for Experiential Graphic Design, or SEGD, and the Experience Designers and Producers Association, EDPA. They provide not only scholarships, memberships, and mentorships, but also access to all of their events and projects and collaborations throughout the year. They recognize the importance of connecting our academic programs with the work of the industries to help FIT create an inclusive and cutting-edge education that shapes the leaders of tomorrow. With us tonight are Cybelle Jones, the CEO of the Society for Experiential Graphic Design, and Dasher Love, the Executive Director of Experience Design and Producers Association. Our sincerest gratitude to both of you. Before I return you to the program and over to our keynote speaker, I want to end by addressing the class of 2022. Your work, your innovations, the design thinking that you have done over the past year at FIT makes me very proud, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of your journey has in store for you. So congratulations.
I'm the Executive Director of EDPA. It's great to be back here in person, huh? I'm sure we're all sick of the Zooms and everything else, but I thought, Christina and her team did an excellent job the last 2 years of being able to pull off this event virtually, so congrats to you guys. 17 years ago, EDPA first partnered with FIT to create one of the world's only graduate-level education programs in exhibit design. Through those years, EDPA members have played a role in evaluating and evolving the coursework of the program, but more importantly, EDPA and our EDPA Foundation have played a role in supporting the students in numerous ways. First, serving as critical mentors to individual students, hiring graduates as both interns as well as full-time employees, participating in the classroom by giving lectures, conducting workshops, including EDPA supplier days when EDPA suppliers come to FIT and meet with the students and explain how their products work and how they fit into the event ecosystem. Sponsoring specialized projects such as earlier this year when students took a road trip to a number of EDPA businesses, visiting the facilities and meeting with the teams at Blue Hive, Elevation 3D, and Access TCA. I think those behind-the-scene tours were critical for them. They really get a feel for what our industry is all about. We also support students to attend and participate in the annual Exhibitor Live Conference, and we're so looking forward to having the students there in person again this year in Louisville this coming spring. And then finally, providing scholarships for students. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Joseph Delaney and Shamisia Waterman. Joseph, I think, is here with us. They both were awarded the EDPA Foundation Scholarship based on their demonstration of intent, eagerness, and grit as a student new to the exhibit design world. These qualities not only suggest that the student will strive towards excellence in their studies, but has strength, character, and talent necessary for success in exhibit design professional. So congrats again. And all these students, graduating students have benefited tremendously from both EDPA and Foundation. So I want to take a minute to recognize those EDPA members in the audience here. If you guys can raise a hand and give yourselves a round of applause for your continued support of this. Finally, I just want to thank Christina and her team for being awesome partners. This has been, like I said, a 17-year partnership, and it's one that we look for continuing for many, many, many more years to come. So with that, I'd like to introduce Cybelle Jones, CEO of SEGD.
Yes, I'm the last speaker before the fabulous Joy Bailey-Bryant. I just want to say, so I'm Cybelle, CEO of SEGD, but prior to that, I think I've been involved with this program for about 14 years, not as long as Dasher. I was principal of Gallagher & Associates, and I have to tell all of the graduates, I would snag you in a second. So it's great to be a juror because you get first dibs at the most talent that's coming out in the experience design field. And I'm going to look at all of you graduating and say, if you don't get a job offer, email me. I will connect you. So don't worry about it. You're awesome. I also have to do a shout out for Christina because she was the 2022 SEGD Distinguished Member, and she didn't get to join us in Portland, and she does such a phenomenal job for this program and for, you know, the world of experience design and education. So thank you, Christina. I always want to remind all of you that what we do as experience designers, I believe, is at the forefront of the field of design, period. I like to use the Maya Angelou quote that people will forget what you did and what you said, but people will never forget how they made you feel. And the experience design field is about that. You all have the opportunity to enhance the human condition, whether that's through culture, whether that's through commerce, whether that's through education. You all have the power to do that. And we at SEGD try to look more forward than we do backwards. Certainly we have fabulous fellows and people that are a part of our community, but I come here every year so excited to see what you all are doing because it keeps me on the pulse of the future. So thank you all. You did phenomenal projects, and just one more round of applause for the students. I'll just mention quickly, all of these students are members of SEGD. Take advantage of that. Please stay with us because we want to help you. All of you should submit to the Global Design Awards. Your projects are fabulous. You have the opportunity to be jurors. You can look for a job at our job fair. You can get critiques on your portfolio through our virtual portfolio, so we are here to support you. SEGD every year invites the students. We offer a scholarship for those of you who attend our X Lab. We had 4 student speakers at X Lab just a month and a half ago. It was Laika, it was Jenny, Naz, and Sierra. I know are not here, but I can tell you that the comments that came back, the professionals were blown away. They couldn't believe kind of the caliber that you all are doing design at, so that's huge. And so I just want to thank FIT for partnering with us, and you're going to have an awesome time with Joy because she is a joy. So thanks, everybody.
All right, and now it is time. Yay. I would like to introduce our 2022 keynote speaker, Joy Bailey-Bryant. Joy is the president of the U.S. Office of Lord Cultural Resources, a global consulting firm that works with museums, parks, libraries, gardens, and other arts, culture, and historical spaces to make sure that they are true assets to the communities that they serve. Joy is a certified interpretive planner and a cultural planner. She partners with city officials, institutional leaders, and developers in global municipalities like Chicago, New York, Dhaka, Singapore, to creatively plan cities and bring people and life to public institutions. Joy led teams for planning on remarkable projects like the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C., the National September 11th Memorial and Museum at the World Trade Center, and the Albany Civil Rights Institute in Albany, Georgia, unearthing thousands of untold stories of the Southwest Georgia civil rights movement. A graduate of Florida A&M, a historically black college, and American University, Joy is proud to have been an integral part of the development of identity museums, where people of color are engaged in telling and interpreting their own stories. So, wow. We are so, so honored to have you, Joy, here today. Thank you. That's it. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for having me today and for allowing me to share in this huge moment, this great moment with you, this big day, this capstone moment in your graduation, and this time for you now to move into your careers. I'm excited about being here with you, and I'm hopeful that I'm going to get this clicker business right. So I just want to say that, as Christina said in my introduction, I'm president of a company called Lowe Cultural Resources, and it is my great honor to be able to work with people like yourselves who have this unique opportunity. We have this unique opportunity to shape spaces, public spaces, that really make people feel welcome, people who have been marginalized, who in different spaces and places feel like they don't necessarily belong. We have the opportunity to create places, to create spaces that they want to come to, that they are attracted to. We have this opportunity to make our worlds bigger, all of our worlds bigger. So that's the inspiration for this conversation coming from your capstone projects. I had a chance to look through a lot of your documents as you were in presentations, and I was just blown away and excited to be with you today and sharing conversation. Yes, you are my focal point. I am looking directly at you. Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. So, but that said, I'm going to start now with something that is important in thinking about the ways that we create places that help us to belong. I'm going to start with a land acknowledgement. We do a land acknowledgement not just definitely to acknowledge that there was someone in this space before us. We come to you from the historic and heritage lands of the Lenape people. We're in New York City. But also to take ourselves out of our individual selves and think of our collective selves, and to think about how the people before us and the people before them and the people before them impacted this space. And then how will we impact this space for the people who are coming behind us? And that's the great opportunity that we have before us right now. So that's excitement that I'm thinking about as I look to your future and the future that we are building together. I'm not going to spend too much time. Just Lowe Cultural Resources is this firm that through plans, we build strategic plans and business plans and interpretive plans. And Christina named all these different museums that I have an opportunity to work with the people at those museums and help them identify the ways to connect, to create spaces of belonging. I go out and I talk to people and I say, what do you want? What do you need? And then I get a chance to put that down on paper so that it can be translated by you as designers, experienced designers. And working with you as experienced designers especially, I love the fact that we're talking about experience design. What is it that you create and make that creates a different experience and helps us to feel more like we belong? So in that work, over time, we've been talking about all of these kind of different opportunities that people see and want to see in the places where they are. And we say, you know, it would be so nice if we could have historical objects. It would be so nice if we could have technology. But in reality, those are tools, right? Those are tools that are really for us to help make people feel like this place that we're creating is actually a place where I'm a member of this, I'm a part of this. So we start to think about belonging through this definition. So I'm hoping I'm just clicking, and I see this little thing here, so making sure. So I put this definition up here so we know where we're starting. What we want to do, what we want you students who are now the experienced designers, is to help us create these places where people feel like this is that space. They own that space. They have an affinity and a connection to that space. And what does that mean? So when I feel like I belong and I have an affinity or a connection to something, I have a close relationship. So now we're family, okay? So now family fights, but family also knows that you're there, right? You're gonna be there. And because I know you're gonna be there and we have this close relationship, I actually feel something different for you. I feel something different about this space that we're in. I feel like I'm secure and I'm supported. I feel like you won't do things intentionally to hurt me, right? So I'm actually gonna come into this space, acting a little different. I'm gonna believe that you respect me. I feel that way. And I know that I'm relevant to you. So when I think about the great museum spaces, the great cultural spaces, the parks, gardens, libraries, the corporate spaces, wherever you go as experienced designers that you're going to be creating, I know that you're going to help us to create these things, these three things. And then I'm going to know I'm going to treat this place as my home. Like I said, we're family. We're in this place together. We're going to take care of our home. And our home is not just a building. Our home is the people who are inside of it, okay? So, let's make it plain. What does that mean? Okay, I'm gonna give you a few simple tools. I know this is a party, so let's start it with a party, okay? So how are we gonna make sure people belong? So, since this is a pinnacle graduation moment, I said this is a party. This was a wonderful experience that our family had, and I'll mention them in a little bit. I'm not going to skip them. A wonderful pinnacle moment that our family had when we went to the Hudson River Museum, just a few miles up the road. Derek Adams had this installation. We came to party and plan. And it's this joyful experience of a summer, barbecue. And when I tell you, you feel like putting on your summer outfit, you feel like, where's the barbecue? You can almost smell it. You can hear the music. It feels like a normal space at any type of festival that you might be, family celebration that you might be having at your home. You feel quite welcome. I felt quite welcome. My children felt quite welcome. So I thought this is a good picture to start to talk about what creating belonging in a space means. So when we think about belonging, there are four big picture things that we think about when we're having a party. How do you plan a party? This is my whole thesis, right? So the whole talk is gonna be about me planning a party with you, okay? So we're gonna plan a party together. So we're gonna do 4 things when we plan this party. When we plan this party, we're gonna start with a radical welcome. So we're gonna say to you, oh, we're gonna be like the Energizer Bunny. We're not just gonna say, oh, I'm having a party on Saturday, come on by. Oh, no, no, no. We are going to, through our work and the ways that we design our spaces, we are going to be the Energizer Bunny. We're gonna have a compelling invitation. We're gonna welcome you inside, okay? We're going to make space for you. Again, once you get to our party, we're not just gonna open the door and say, drinks are on the side, go find yourself something, you know. We're gonna say, hey friend, here's my new friend. Y'all talk, connect, okay? Then we're gonna show you a good time. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna show you, we're gonna dance a little bit. I'm gonna give you some good food, some good drinks, and I'm gonna keep checking in on you. I'm not gonna let you be alone because you're my guest. You belong here. I want you to feel like you're at home, okay? And then finally, I'm gonna send you off in a way that you say, man, that was a great party. I gotta go back, right? I gotta come back to this place. So how does that happen? How do we extend first this radical welcome? So this idea, not new. This comes from Anna DeVere Smith, or at least this is where I really started to, she made this concept really plain for me, that we are not in a space where we can just say, come in. As I said, we're in a space now where we have to be effusive, where we have to go out and reach for our guests. We have to go out and reach for our visitors and our audiences, and then we transform them into users and into people that are engaging with us, right? So how does this happen in our cultural spaces? How can we do this in the work that we're doing? So thinking about, I had to compute this in my head, like where are ways that there's been a radical welcome extended? And I think about the Laundromat Project, which is an amazing arts, public art program that was birthed right here in Brooklyn, New York, And Laundromat Project was founded on this premise that everybody should be able to have great arts experiences. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. So the concept was, we're gonna create art in a laundromat. We're gonna create art in our grocery stores. We're gonna create art in those common places that people go. So we wanted to make sure that the laundromat is the ultimate idea of making sure that the arts belong to everyone and that there is this kind of mutual exchange of belonging. So this image here is about the Laundromat Project just opened up a new storefront space. And so they're not saying, oh, you're gonna walk by and just kinda not have any kind of exchange with me. I'm coming out to you. I'm coming out to the sidewalk, and I'm gonna welcome you in. This is my radical welcome. This is my way of saying, oh, you need to see what's in here, but if you don't have time to go inside, we can experience it right here. I'm coming to you together. So in my party, when I invite you to my party, I'm saying, oh, there's something great for you at my party when I invite you there. So that's something we want to make sure we do. There's something great for you here. Another laundromat project idea is, sometimes, how do I say it? Cultural spaces can feel like they don't create belonging, right? So this is outside of the steps. I was about to say the Brooklyn Museum, but that is not what it is. It's actually a New York space, a city space in Manhattan. And in this space, Harbor Walk Sound. So in this space, these artists are just allowing people to feel great through music. It's just a welcoming opportunity, just like we just want to experience fun. We want to have a good time. Hey there. Because this little one in the back knows they belong. So I say that to say we all belong. I love they were waving at me. Love the reaction. So again, the radical welcome. So now I've invited you out. I've invited you into my home. And now you've come to my home. So once you get there, how are we interacting together? What does it mean? What am I seeing in your house? Now that I've come in, I'm come to the party, do you have anything for me? It's your house, but I'm your guest. Do you have anything for me? Well, this is the Mint Museum in Charlotte. So the Mint Museum, they did a full rehanging of their collection. I think you all know a lot of museums are having to do that. But then a lot of museums, I use the word having, because it's been mandated by their communities. So in order to make them an asset, so of benefit to the communities that they're in, they are having to rehang their collections. They're having to reassess their programs. This is an opportunity for you as experienced designers to come into those spaces with things you know how to create belonging. You know how to make that connection, and you're going to be able to do that. So the Mint Museum rehung, and I took this photo, and there was something, I don't know what was in the middle, but I had to cover it up with the smiley face, so that's what you have. There's my Instagram, okay? So here on the left, you'll see the Kendi Wiley piece. And then next to it, you'll see some classical portraiture, including a Gilbert Stuart, right? And the idea, even as far as just 10 years ago, right, that Kende Wiley and a Gilbert Stewart would be hanging in the same gallery, which is, for the Mint Museum, this is the way that they introduce classical portraiture to students. So when grade school students, middle school, secondary school students come into their spaces, this is the gallery that they go into to be introduced to classical portraiture, okay? How much do you think that, how do you think that changes the way now that people start to think about what classical portraiture is, right? You see yourself. I hear you. You see yourself. And that's important. So when we think about this objects that we're helping people to interact with, the images that we're helping people to see, wow, we have a great opportunity here. What can we do? What experiences can we create? Again, the Mint Museum. This is Ken Aptekar's Charlotte, Charlotte. So it's Queen Charlotte, right? And they have the historical portrait of Queen Charlotte. And Ken Aptekar has treated that and created this image. And this also hangs in one of the main gallery spaces of the Mint Museum. So again, this kind of real opportunity to welcome different types of people in with your historical collection that's juxtaposed with the contemporary. Don't worry, I got some extra stuff. It's not just all art museum. Got some more. So I talked about, so we've welcomed people in already in our party. They come inside now. We've introduced them around. We said, hey, these are some of our friends. Now we're gonna make some space. We're gonna make sure that they connect. So if you can't read what this is saying with your bionic eyes, I'll read it to you. It's the two guys with two hats. I don't know how it started either. All I know is that it's part of our corporate culture. The thing about this is, listen, we all know when people start saying CRM, ERP, all these different letters, what does that mean? Let's actually have language that people can understand. Let's speak plainly, okay? Let's establish some kind of connection and commonalities with one another. Don't come in with jargon, right? In our work, in our public spaces, let's make people feel like, hey, you're welcome here. This is the public, this is where we're going. I'm showing this image of the Lucas Museum because the Lucas Museum the full name of the museum is the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. That's the entire concept of the museum. The idea is that art has stories. It tells stories. You will, in this space that is, yes, created out of the mind of George Lucas, you will get an opportunity to experience really amazing artwork that tells stories. And the reason I showed this image is because they have all this amazing collection. The museum's not open yet. They have this amazing collection. And of course, the stories of George Lucas will also feature largely. But they know that they need to be out in the community, making connections and speaking plainly and having forming commonalities, forming a common language. And what I'm saying there is, so I went to an event recently, and I will tell you that, I was kind of there. I was the museum person, I was the arts person, and I'm a talker. I'm gonna find somebody who has something in common with me anywhere that we go. But in reality, I had to make that happen because there was a lot of jargon being spoken. It was a lot. It was a difficulty for me. But when when you invite someone into your home, though, it's your job to find that commonality with your guest. How can you form a commonality, not just between you and your guests, but you and the others in the space, okay? That's a space of belonging, of making it happen. Another space that I'm showing you this image from the Canadian Museum of Human Rights. This one, love it because these are okay, the Canadian Museum of Human Rights is in Winnipeg, Manitoba. How many of y'all have been to Winnipeg, Manitoba? Cybelle is, I love it. So yes, we have one person who has been to Winnipeg, Manitoba, but these dresses, it's not like, it is actually a bustling metropolis, but not many Americans have been there. But these dresses actually came from Cobb County, Georgia. So as you might hear from my voice, I'm not a native of New York. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia myself. So this, awesome. So this resonated with me because these prom dresses are from a relatively recent 1990s. When I say relatively recent, 1990s prom that was the first integrated prom. Integrated meaning students of different races being able to be in the same prom. Before this 1990s prom, they actually had different proms at this school. So at the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, they got the prom dresses of several of the students who went to this particular prom. And then when the museum was opening, and over the time of the museum, several of the people who wore these dresses, and we have had the opportunity over time to really allow people, help people to get to that space so that when you're an American and you come into this Winnipeg, Manitoba space and hear this story, yeah, we do kind of shake our heads because that is a moment where you're thinking, wow, 1990 is not that long ago, and it was the first integrated prom. But besides that, you form a connection because you know that this was a big deal. It was important enough to be profiled in a museum in Canada. So we're forming a commonality. We've made space for people in this place in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So that's one way that it can happen, really finding those connections. Another way that we're making space is that we have different kind of approaches. So at the North Carolina Museum of Art in Raleigh, this is a show that was curated by the staff. So these are some of the images come from the permanent collections, and some of the images come from the staff's own works. So they actually created these works on their own. So that also creates a connection, right? You're creating an opportunity for staff members who are not all curatorial staff. Some of these are frontline staff, security staff. The image here of the prescription pill medication artifact, that actually was created by one of the security guard staff. So the opportunity, and even that story can break down some barriers, not just with the staff, but also with people who are coming who may not feel so welcome in the North Carolina Museum of Art, but maybe I'll go because a security guard created art that was important enough that it is in this space. I want to see that. I want to be in a space like that. So that's an idea. And of course, now I've made space for you. I've said, okay, who do you connect with? We found some common language, and I've kind of circulated. I checked back in on you. Now, let me make sure you're having a good time. I'm going to show you some good stuff. I'm going to make you think a little bit. I'm going to give you some good food for your mind. And this is something that we're really excited. Oh. Well, thank you. 6:05. I'm going to move fast. So I appreciate that. So this image, George Washington Carver crossing the Delaware, was just purchased by the Lucas Museum of Art. And then you all know of the George Washington crossing the Delaware. When the George Washington Carver crossing the Delaware was purchased, the museum immediately started to juxtapose, just in media, to juxtapose these two images and to help us to start to think and in conversation to think about what this means. So this is another way. I'm giving you food for your mind. I'm helping you to see, is your story here? No matter what race you are, this is a story about a crossing. And is George Washington crossing the Delaware and George Washington Carver crossing the Delaware? What is the crossing there? What's that food for the mind that we're thinking about? Another exhibition, Good Times, right? In this having a good time, the Baltimore Museum of Art in Baltimore, Maryland. This one got a lot more press here, so you probably heard about this one. It was a curated show, a show that was curated by the security guards at the BMA. This also is very great. I went to a show, it was a great show. And it was very popular because people were excited about seeing what the people who had the most contact with visitors thought, oh, I really want them to see this and know that we have this and know that we can connect to you in this way. So I'm gonna move faster. So the last thing is I gotta check back in on you. I'm not just gonna leave you alone. So when I check back in on you, are you okay? Sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes we tell hard stories. We tell hard stories in our public spaces, we tell hard stories in our museums, in our gardens even. So we need a respite. This room at the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C., this is actually it's kind of the respite space. It's the waters flowing down. It's really a calming. You know, we know in our experience design work, we know that water calms the spirit. That the soothing music calms us, will calm us. So that's what's happening here. I'm checking back in on you, I'm making sure you're okay, and I'm giving you a little bit of space of respite. And then I'm sending you off with a good old light show. And let me just get there. So that, I had to pause there. That is the Brooklyn Botanic Garden Lightscape. Has anybody been there? Anybody been there yet? Yay, you've been there. The Brooklyn Botanic Garden Lightscape, they send you off. A big public space. They're saying, we think you're amazing. We want to share our amazing space with you. We want to send you off in such a big finale way that we want you to come back. And so that small short video was just so you could get a little bit of that experience. And the fire is also amazing. That was a big thing. But yeah, the fire was amazing. So all that to say, another way, I have to show this image all the time, just to really say that when we're sending people off, we want to allow them to reflect and leave behind. So I told you I'm from Atlanta. This is the Atlanta Beltline. And who are those handsome, beautiful, wonderful? I think they're sitting right there. It's Gabriel and Grace Bryant. And my wonderful partner and husband, Derek Bryant. And one of the, yeah, he deserves an applause. But when we're thinking about sending everyone off, this is one of the tunnels. And throughout the Beltline, there are spaces like this where you can leave behind your own imprint. And this is one of those spaces. So we have an opportunity to leave behind our imprint to, yes, I'm sending you off from my party, but I'm also saying to you, leave something of yourself. And maybe, and you know what, come on back, okay? This is the best way. So I'm gonna close just by saying to you graduates and to everyone here tonight, because I feel like we all have a little bit of an opportunity here, that as you move into your careers and as you think more about experience design, that I'm gonna co-opt a phrase from Dean Carlson, that when people ask you what your design superpower is, I hope that you'll tell them that you have the opportunity, that you are able to create belonging, that you make people feel like they belong. And that's one of the most important things that you can do. So thank you and congratulations. We appreciate you and all of that.
All right.
Wow, thank you so much, Joy. Amazing. Not only inspiring to our students, but everyone here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what do you say we have our own party of belonging, okay? So we have food and drinks and music, and let's just celebrate our students and our industry and our families and alumni. Thank you all so much for being here. It was such a gift to have you here tonight, so thank you.